Okay, so last time you all were in your vault, you got unsealed as the reactor was breaking down, and upon unsealing with the reactor breaking down and everything, you managed to escape. You found a Deathclaw, a small girl, and a army vet who was able to escape. You're now outside the vault. You defeated the large drill robot slash guarding the front entrance, and upon doing so, when you exit the vault, you gained enough experience to level up 2 times. And upon exiting the vault, you notice that when you exit the front door of the vault, that a ventilation shaft pings open as you see another human roll out of it.
Um, Hi.
You're up, Virgil.
Oh, was it my turn?
Yes. Upon them exiting the vault, you manage to escape the vault by climbing through the ventilation system, and you are spat out in front of the vault door, where you see them walking out into the wasteland, and as you walk out with them, you know, here you are, and you can see, them right in front of you.
Uh, well, obviously have no idea what's going on. So my character is going to put his hands up and approach them in a friendly manner.
So for me,
Hello.
you see a 12-year-old little girl.
Okay.
So I'm not scary. I shouldn't be. I don't know.
A 12-year-old girl with a laser pistol.
Sounds
Okay.
pretty scary.
Yeah, okay, maybe a little bit.
Small child with a
Um,
laser pistol and a man with just a gun.
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Uh, hello. How did you guys find the door to get out?
Um, we just kind of kept. I followed him. I don't know what we did. We just kind of kept walking. There was this really weird thing in there. Um, it sounded huge. I had a, it was dragging something, I guess. I don't know. What was that weird sound?
I mean, the whole vault was falling apart. Um, I mean, we could see the door when we came out. Uh, Also, being military, I know my way around. I knew my way around the vault fairly well. Um, uh, how did you end up in a air shaft? Is there
I'm
anybody
not
else?
entirely sure.
So,
I'm not entirely sure.
roll me a history check.
Okay. So that's gonna be my roll plus
A d20 plus your modifier. I
oh,
believe so.
uh,
Let me check the character sheet real quick. Yes, history is under general checks, so it's going to be a d20 plus your modifier. If you go into
um,
Owlbear, there's a dice icon in the top left, and you can roll a d20.
The sandwiches were more than enough. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that about the dice?
So
Juice-a-rummy
in the
with a
owl
splash
bear,
of pineapple juice and
Oh, in
cherry.
Owlbear. Okay.
in the top left corner, there's a dice icon. When you open it up, you can see all the different kinds of dice that are available to you. You can also switch the dice color, but you would just click on one and then roll it, but you're rolling a d20, then plus your general, and then plus your modifier for the general check.
Oh, there we go. 12. And the modifier is the number out besides general checks, right?
Yes, so if you go to history,
6.
it's based off science, so
So that's 12 plus 6, so 18.
nice. So, as you are thinking, right, of like how you got out of here, right, of like how the fuck you ended up in the air vent, you remember that you, for a brief moment, you were able to escape some kind of pod you were in, and then after you found that, you found some strange computer code, and then all of a sudden a girder fell open. And as the girder fell open, like the girder fell from the ceiling, it opened up a shaft. You crawled inside, you were crawling around through the vents, you heard some kind of beast roar, and you're like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And
Opposite direction of that.
yes, you went the opposite direction of it, crawled through some really tight vents, almost got crushed to death a few times, and you then fell down a elevator shaft. You managed to catch your way as you fell down the elevator shaft. You managed to catch your hand, snag it on a rope, get a rope burn, and then climb your way through the next vent, and you popped out the side.
Oh. Yeah, so I woke up. I found a code. Shit started falling apart. And when the roof fell in, I found a way out and I took it. And then things got really complicated from there. Got a rope burn. But here I am.
As
And
soon
I see you have a I see you have a Pit Boy on your arm as well.
Oh, look at that.
You're showing you that there's some places nearby.
as soon as you mention that, all of your Pip Boys in unison go ping as they all sync up to each other. You then hear a bit of scrolling, and then a sort of as it turns on and says, "Welcome to Vault-Tec. Your Pip-Boy is now turned on. The Mark 3500 Pip-Boy is now at your disposal. Updating map." And as you hear the updating map sound, you can look at your map tab in your Pip-Boy, and if you go to the Wasteland campaign, you can find the table of contents and go to the map section. Your map has been updated with this little blip of whatever you got as it says, connecting to Vault-Tec. Connecting to Vault-Tec satellites. Vault-Tec satellites have spotted some interesting locations hooked up with recent relay stations. And as you look on your map,
3 of them.
you see the vault where you are. You see some bunker called White Onyx. And you see that there is a town down the road from there called Destiny.
Where? The campaign.
So scroll down. There's the Wasteland campaign
yeah,
channel. There's the forum. Go to the table of contents. Click on the maps.
Being military, I think I should go to that bunker. Maybe able to get some help there.
I'm
find
just
out
gonna
more about
follow
what's
you
going
guys
on.
because I don't want to be out here by myself.
At this point, we look at Meek and we tell him, you know, we'll catch up with you later. You can't come into this town with us until we know more. And then Meek can run off and do his thing.
As you say that, Virgil, you see a giant T-Rex looking salamander lizard that is this death claw, pure white, sharp claws, giant bloody teeth, as it kind of looks at him and just walks off into the wasteland. Having a
Is
shredded
that
vault suit
normal?
and
That doesn't seem normal.
Pip-Boy. Also, I'm gonna briefly replug in my keyboard because it disconnected.
He went in there like us, and I found notes, and somebody turned him into that.
Oh,
He's been friendly
there we go.
and protective towards us. But I'm not sure. You know, he's big and scary. I don't think taking him into a town that we don't know is a smart move. So I think he can lurk and follow us, and he probably needs to see, you know, adapt to what he is being in the world at large before we bring him around anything. You know, let him figure himself out. I think we need to go to that bunker.
That sounds good to me.
But what if there's more things like him there?
We'll find him again. He's not leaving. He's just
No,
But what
like
if those things come looking for us if we wait here?
You mean that there's more people that have been turned into those, or
yeah,
bad ones? I mean, what do you mean?
like bad ones.
Well, we'll have to do to them like what we did to that robot.
That was so cool. Alright, fine, let's go.
So, as you begin to your travel, it will be a couple of encounter travel, but you'll be traveling along. So, I'm going to roll your encounter dice. Okay. As you're approaching through the wasteland, a couple of rad scorpions appear. You see there's a couple small rad scorpions and a big one. Upon doing so, time to start your initiative. Virgil, what's your agility?
My agility is 10.
Okay. Get these tokens added to the encounter. So if you click on the swords icon in the initiative, then you'll see that the initiative is set up there. So the large rad scorpion is going to move. And then he is going to, after that, use one of his abilities and do a hardened carapace. It is now Sven's turn.
Alright. So we talked about this last time we did combat kind of fucked up, so I want to make sure I do it right this time. So let's see. So it's 1 action point to aim, and that lets me pick a body part, right? For the area that I'm shooting.
Let me confirm, so I don't misdirect you. If you aim, you're not so much choosing a body part as you're just making sure anybody, as you aim down your sight, that no one takes damage if you miss, and they're in your line of fire.
Okay.
Scope aim is basically just a longer aim, but you know, you'll still do some damage, just not a lot of damage.
Okay. Nobody in front of me, I don't need to quote unquote aim. If I shoot number 1 over here, just 25 feet away, with the rifle. Fuck. Sorry, one of my monitors decided it was going to turn off, and that has my character sheet on it.
So, to remember here, since you're new, Virgil,
Yeah.
the way that we handle rolling, it's different from D&D. So you have your number that you have to hit, right? You see that on your skill table? So on your character sheet, you see the skill points. And then you see, like,
skill
melee
points.
weapons, energy weapons, you know, and all that, right?
Oh, hit. Okay, yeah.
There's the hit number. You have to roll a D100 or a D200, depending on the weapon. Right now, you're just in D100 range. You roll a D100, and you have to get under that number to hit. And then from there,
Okay.
when you hit the target, it then factors in the DT, damage threshold. It minuses it from the damage threshold, minusing it from the armor, and then from there, it's like, okay, how much damage do they take?
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
I've got to
think
reboot
so.
my computer real quick. One of my monitors just, like, isn't turning back on. It's got my character sheet on, and I can't fucking move it because it still thinks my monitor's there.
Oh, good.
So the D100 is just to see if you hit.
Yes, the D100 is just to see if you hit, and once you hit, you'll
And
do, if you hit, you do damage. If you don't, obviously you do no damage. If you hit, we'll use your DT as an example. Say the enemy has a DT of 2, and you deal 5 damage. So now they take 3 damage to their health, 2 damage to their armor, depending on where they're hit. To find out where they're hit, you roll a D8 and look at the body chart.
right. Okay.
And if you roll an 8, you get to choose the body part. For now, we'll move on past Virgil's turn. We'll move on past Sven's turn and go to Virgil. Virgil, you're up next. What do you want to do?
Okay, that is fixed.
Okay, Sven's back. Never mind.
Okay.
We'll do Sven's turn, then your
Okay.
turn. Sorry.
pulled back up now, but my computer's ridiculously fast.
All good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start shooting at number 1. Trying to get my character sheet pulled back up now. There we go. Alright, so here's the dice. D100. Make it. Alright. 78, and I have a 97. So that hits.
Roll a 1d8.
It's a 7.
What body part did you hit?
I don't know. I have to pull up that chart, I guess. I don't have that pulled up.
I think 7 is direct armor damage.
Yes, 7 is direct armor damage.
Where is that chart?
In the core rulebook of the... It's in the core rulebook, and I also think it's in the reference chart? No, it's not in the reference chart. It's in the core rulebook. Right under attacking, right above the critical hits.
Okay, and that is my rifle. D10. That is well damage. Plus, we get points for the highest person who's not as charisma, correct? Like 1 point for every 2, I think it is.
It depends on everybody else's charisma.
Yeah, well, that's why I said the highest somebody else has, which I think Robbie has a 4. Is that correct, Robbie?
Nope, mine's 3.
Okay. So +1 then.
What about Jackie?
Yeah.
What about me? I'm sorry, I was
What's
trying
your-
to find
What's your charisma?
the 4.
Okay, so +2. So 14 damage. And that is to number 1.
I'm just going to post the table for you if you can't find it in the chat. And you can paste it in your notes. What was your second hit?
Oh, okay. I didn't know what happened yet, so it's okay.
So you
second
shot
is
the
also
direct
to hit.
armor, right? The rad scorpion. You see, as
Yeah.
you shoot your bullet, it cracks the armor a little bit, as if you're really blasting through it.
Okay. Second one is a 76. That also hit. My number is a 97. I will roll a d8. That is number 4, which is the right arm.
Right leg.
I'm sorry, right leg.
Okay.
2d10. That would be 9 plus 2 is an 11.
Okay.
Is it still up?
He's still living.
Okay. I'm going to take a third shot at
He
it.
is crippled, though.
So I have 58. So that's 3. So this would be the left arm.
Okay, he's hitting that left claw. How much damage?
Yep.
Oh, 2.
4.
4.
Yeah, so 4 total.
Still up.
I'm gonna shoot it again for the 83 still hits. Okay. Let's say it wouldn't do anything. Right leg.
Okay.
That'll be a 15.
Okay, you punch through the armor because it's already crippled on that limb. Almost dead. Has no armor left.
Alright, I'll take one more shot at it. And that will be the last shot in this clip. A 29 will hit. 3 is going to be that left arm again. That'll be a 14.
As you begin to fire, ka-chink, fire, ka-chink, fire, ka-chink, fire, you take out the left claw, you take out the right leg, you cripple him, you blow it off, and in the final regard, you aim down the sights, and you shoot off his right claw as it flings into the sky like a ricocheting boomerang, going up and then falling down as you've killed it.
Reloading. I think you had to add it somewhere because it wasn't in the rules.
2 AP for a reload.
Okay.
Yep,
So I reload, which means I've now used 12 AP. I'm going to shoot at number 2.
Okay.
I'm sorry, let me verify my measurements, make sure I'm within 30. I should be. Yeah. He's kind of in 4 squares, so. You tell me if I need to move. He's
no, you're fine.
Weird, like
you're fine. I don't care. You're fine. You
okay.
23 hits.
Yeah, he's 6 is. I just moved off of it. That is the chest.
Okay.
That's 17 to the chest.
Okay, minus that. So, as you go to shoot him, you shoot into his chest, right under his eyes, through the stomach, as you just scathe under the dirt and slide, cracking open the bottom of his shell.
Okay. 95 will still hit. So I have a 97.
Cutting it close.
If that had been you, you would have crit. 3, that is that right arm, if I remember correctly. No, left arm. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm at 16 AP. 14 damage to the arm.
You blow his arm off and kill him. It's similar to the other one. You're getting pretty good at aiming now. Just boom! Right off. It explodes off his body.
5, 6, 7. You said the big one already moved, right?
The big one's already had his turn.
Yeah. 2 more times. I'm out of range. Let's see. Yeah, I'm out of range on that guy. I can move 10 feet. So
also, remember the range rules.
Which is what?
Let me go to the sheet again real quick.
I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Oh, if I shoot... Oh, I didn't even look at that. If I'm shooting out of my range, add 15. or subtract 15, whatever. Yeah, add 15 to what I roll.
Yeah, so like
Oh no, I'm
if you're
sorry.
within
If I'm
half
shooting
range of the
plus
target, it's a
15,
plus 10 to hit. It's normal range,
okay,
normal roll, no bonus. If it's at extended range, meaning 15 over or 15 plus over, then you get a -5 to the hit.
okay. So I'm at So I'm at 35.
So it's not a 15 plus then it activates. It's just plus over, but it
I'm
goes up to 15.
I'm assuming you mean up to, yeah,
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 up to
over up
15.
to plus 15. Yeah, that's fine. So I could shoot him from here, and I would need a 92 or better to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
go.
is 30 the normal range before you have to start considering that?
For his
It
rifle,
depends
yes.
on your weapon.
Depends on your weapon.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm using the varmint. Rifle. I'm
So like,
fucking blowing through ammo.
so you could like, for example, have the varmint rifle and be like, hey, I have a high enough hit that I could realistically hit something from extended range and be just okay with it. Or you could move up and reposition. Up to you.
Okay, so that was a hit to the right arm for 12 damage. And I get one more. I have one more shot. At which point I will have one more bullet in the gun. 73 will still hit because that's a 78. 3 is the right arm again. I'm sorry, left arm. Left arm. And that's 10 damage.
You blow it off again. Once again,
Okay.
you explode the arm from these poor fucking reptile bugs. As just boom! Right off. Pew!
That is my turn. which was a lot.
Yes, it is
So
now Virgil's turn.
am I understanding correctly that our turn consists of emptying the entire magazine?
If that's what you want to
So-
do, you can do other
So
things.
so it's based off your agility, right? You have AP, and so
Yeah.
like I think you're also agility based. So you have 20 AP. So every time I shot, it was 2 AP.
Okay.
Look at the major and minor actions on your rule chart or reference sheet. The rule book goes into the major and minor actions and stuff. I'm sure you looked over that, but there's a lot of stuff you can do.
See. Okay.
At the current moment, the only thing, if you feel that you're inadequate, though, you know, always remember you can pass AP along to the next person.
That's the assist, right?
No, assist and pass are two different things. Assist is that you could help a ally with a skill check or a general check, meaning you give them.
I didn't scroll down far enough. Okay.
Yeah, so assist is that you give them a plus 15 to their skill checks or half to their general checks of the associated skill. And then like pass would be, you know, you pass to a player temporary AP, 3 AP equals 1 temp AP. And it can only be used that turn. Or you could rally, you know, you could ready an action, you can choose to, you know, sprint, or you can enter VATS and do that.
Right.
Because you all have access to VATS.
Okay.
Oh, the little one died too? Oh shit.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, the little one died too. I missed that part.
You killed
I
all
thought little
3 of the
Creed
little
was alive.
guys.
Jesus. Okay.
All right. I'll just go ahead and try my hand at this, and I'm just gonna fucking unload on this thing.
So first check your range. So there's a measurement tool to the sidebar. Click on yourself and measure. You're currently 40 feet away.
Okay. So.
So if
Gonna
you shoot
move.
from right there, if you shoot from right there, you'll take a penalty. Yeah.
Yeah. So. right, I'll move 10 feet forward,
Okay, that's 1 AP used.
and then I will initiate attack.
Okay, roll to hit with your weapon. So you can move your token.
That's,
You might want to do that first. Just click and drag.
how do I move? Oh, I had the wrong thing.
Yep.
There we go. And so that's percentage plus a D10.
D100. Yep. D100. Did you roll under your number to hit?
No. I
Your
am.
78.
Guns is 78.
Okay. So that was your first attack. 2 AP spent. To my knowledge, you have 17 AP left.
Yeah. Second shot.
Oof.
That fails. Third shot. Is that a 5?
That is a 5.
Oh, well that's definitely under, so that is...
Also, that's a crit.
Oh. Nice.
Check your
How
crit
does that
chart.
work again?
So, when you crit, so you have a crit chart, right? So, you have a 3 and... No, sorry, you do not crit on the 5. You gotta have a... I think it's a 10 in luck?
Yeah, my luck is only 3.
Yeah, so you would only crit on a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Okay.
So no, you don't crit. But when you would crit, right? If you did crit, say you hit a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you would just deal double the damage.
Okay.
And you would automatically hit.
So next is 2d10.
Mm-hmm.
You still need to roll a d8.
What? Did I roll the wrong thing?
No, you rolled
You
fine.
need-
You just need to roll a
Yeah, you
d8
need a
now.
d8 to know where you hit, and then you'll get
Oh,
5.
okay.
So you'll get 5 to your damage because I have a 10 in charisma.
So is that 5 or yeah, that's 5.
So you hit for 5 damage. Now roll me a d8. That's a 4. If we look on the limb chart...
It's right leg.
Yep. And because your friend has charisma, and Layla has charisma, Layla's giving you a 2, Sven's giving you a 5. That is 7 extra damage plus your 5 damage, which is 12 damage total to the Rad Scorpion.
Okay.
So...
And that's... I have 2 shots left.
And then... So first off, as you go to shoot your first shot, hitting the leg, you notice it passes right through the kneecap and cuts it off.
Nice.
What was your roll?
26.
That would be under your hit, so you would hit.
Okay.
So you roll your d8. Ooh, 7.
7 is direct on you.
Mm-hmm.
And 2d10. 5 plus 9. 14.
Okay.
Plus 7. Right?
Yep.
Is that
21.
21?
Yep.
Am I mathing wrong?
That is
Okay.
21.
Cool. 21 then.
So, upon hitting directly into its armor, you notice that you skid the bullet mark, tink, 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 up its armor, and you notice that it begins to crack and shatter in certain spots, looking like patchy psoriasis skin now, as you can see the fleshy bugs, as you can see the fleshy undertones that are slimy and oozing.
Okay.
You're breaking through that armor.
This would be my last shot.
Let's see what you get.
It's 8 plus 1. So I should have like 11 AP left, I think. $61. That hits.
Roll that D8. Ooh, another direct armor damage.
Well, somebody going next is not going to have to worry about armor. 3 plus 7, 10.
He has just a little bit of armor hanging on. As you notice that you, on the back of his torso, rip off a couple of the shell plates off him. You
I
still
have emptied my clip.
and you don't have any extra ammo, so you can't reload.
Nope.
Do you want to try to rally, or pass your AP, or defend, or...
Yes. I will. Okay, so I used up 11 AP. That leaves me with 9. I will pass. I'll pass 1 AP over.
No, when you pass, you're passing your remainder AP that is converting into temp AP. So if you have 9 AP left, you are giving 3 temp AP to the next person.
Yes.
So, that ends your turn.
Yep.
Upon ending your turn, Lena, Lena, it's your turn because number 3's dead. Lena, it's your turn. You have 3 extra AP to use on top of your normal. What do you want to do?
Which one is left?
The big one. The big evil blue motherfucker.
Oops. Where is the measure?
It is
Little triangle.
a little triangle.
Ah, okay. That is further than I can shoot. But I can move and shoot.
Or you could enter VATS.
Ooh, yeah.
For the cost of more AP.
How much AP do I have?
AP plus 3.
Okay, I'll go into VATS. Okay, so...
Okay, upon going into VATS, every time you go to attack, it's going to cost you a base of 4 AP.
Okay, so I can attack twice.
It adds a plus 15 to your range and plus 15 to your hit. Are you able to hit with the VATS or no?
20 feet. Well,
You
this
could-
says 20.
So 20 plus 15, 35?
Okay, so that's... I will...
If you move 10 feet, you can hit it with VATS.
I gotta get off of this. You're not coming through, sweetie.
I'm double checking now. It's got her rifle marked at a different range than I have mine, so one of us has that long.
Well, she has a laser
Right.
rifle.
No, she's got a varmint rifle that she's trying to.
And a laser gun.
It is on my sheet. Got it.
I can check the marked dice.
Okay, I just fixed it.
Okay, so I'm gonna move 10 feet.
Yeah, the laser has a range of 25 feet, and the varmint rifle has a range of 20 feet. So 25 plus 15 would be 30, 40. So you would be able to hit it with the laser pistol if you entered VATS.
Okay, I'm gonna enter VATS and move 10 feet.
Well, no, I'm saying you can hit it with a laser pistol if you choose to do that
Oh, okay.
without
Then I
moving
won't
10
move.
feet.
Okay, then I will stay as far back as humanly possible.
Upon entering VATS, your pit boy glows a bright green as you feel a little bit more. You feel intense, like you have a bit more power to you, like a surge of energy. As that happens, Sven and Virgil, your Geiger counters go beep 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 a little bit.
Okay.
With Vault Tech drugs coursing through your vein now. Roll to hit.
That's a 6.
And remember, your range is boosted. So, what's your base range to hit?
The thing went all weird.
In your character sheet, what's your base range to hit? For your
Yeah, my thing went weird.
Oh.
Where is that? I'm sorry.
If you look at the skill points, it'll show you. So you're rolling with energy weapons. What's your energy
yeah.
weapons hit?
89.
Okay, take 89 plus 15.
Damn.
So actually, you can't miss in a D100. You will hit every time because it's over 100.
Okay. I thought it had to be underneath.
Yeah, but because VATS boosted it, it's 89 plus 15, making it 90, and then the 89 plus 5 boosts it to 104, meaning that if you're rolling a D100, you're always going to hit because you can't cross 104.
Yeah, you right now, you are rolling to see if you crit.
You're just rolling to
Oh,
see if
okay.
you crit right now.
And
Okay.
you have a 10 luck, which means if you hit any interval of 5, any multiple of 5, you crit.
Okay. I did not crit.
Yeah, you did not crit. Roll a d8.
One.
That's the head.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And now I roll 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 18.
Plus.
Okay.
Plus 5 from me.
Mm-hmm.
And plus
1 from Virgil.
Robbie.
So it's 24.
Plus 6, yeah. Yep, 24.
So, already off the bat, with one hit, you have blinded the goddamn thing. It no longer has eyes. It can't see. You boil them out of its skull. You want to take your next shot?
I do. That's a 13
Yep, you hit.
plus 15, right?
No. The plus 15 you add to your number. So like your
The
how you
15
score
is
like,
just adding to the maximum hit, meaning it's just adding to the max that you have to roll under. Does that make sense?
Not really, but I'm not a math person.
so
Think
on
of
your
it.
character sheet it says hit.
Mhm.
Weapon hit, right? You have that number right there, and it's what 87 or something like that.
89. For
89.
skill, I have 89 skill points, but hit is 100.
Okay, so hit's 100. Okay, so you add the 15 there for the hit number, so it's 115. You have to roll below 115.
Okay, all
And
right.
because you're
So
rolling a D100, you're always going to hit. So,
Yep.
Okay, so excuse me.
you're just rolling to see if you crit.
Okay, I did not crit,
Yep.
so
So
now I
roll the
roll
d8.
my 68, 30.
You mean
Do I still get?
You mean 64? You didn't crit.
Oh crap! That looks better. Do I still
13.
get the +6?
Yes, because that's charisma from your friends.
Okay, so that's 19.
It is barely hanging on right now. As you fried its
I
eyeballs before, you shot it next time, you then fried its brain. It is being cooked alive from the inside as it's on fire right now.
I don't think I have any more AP. So I entered VATS. That was 4.
It's because it's adding a +2. So VATS adds a +2 to any action you decide to do in VATS. So it means that it's a +4 when you do an attack. You've done 2 attacks, you used 8 AP, minus the 23 that you had, 3, 5, you have 15 left.
Oh, okay. Then let's roll again. Yeah! I crit.
Double damage, okay.
Now
Roll.
this is where I rolled the 68, correct?
You could roll a 68 or roll 64 and double the damage. It's up to you.
I don't like having to math. Alright, so that's 30. So
You kill it.
36. Yeah. Fuck that
As
thing.
you fire again, boom, it is roasted and set on fire as it is completely dead. Okay, add up all the XP together.
Oh, how much XP did we have? Was it 1050?
Huh?
How much XP did we have? The ones of us that hit level 3.
It should show
You
you on
didn't
your
give
sheet.
us a number. But it says 0 out of 1,050 needed for level 3.
Yeah, so every time you level up, your XP counter goes back to 0, and then you
okay.
have to level up the next XP threshold, and then it resets to 0 again.
Okay, cool.
Just to make it easier.
Yeah, that's fine.
More gamified. So, checking experience. That is... So, which of you have the extra experience point perk?
I do.
And it gives you, what, plus 15?
Plus 15. I think Jackie has it as well. Maybe under your
I have
perks.
Friend of the Night.
What?
I have Friend of the Night.
Okay.
Let's see.
I think that's the one that gives you more dark vision or whatever.
Friend of the Night gives you dark vision, natively.
Yeah.
If I scroll up, though, just to look at your sheet, yeah, you have Swift Learner. And then I'm gonna... I'm just looking at it real quick. Oh, so many tabs. I'm sorry, give me a moment. Scatterbrained.
No, you're fine. It's the way I live my life.
Where is it? Yeah, plus 15. So, Layla. That's correct, your name, Layla.
Lena.
Lena, sorry. Lena and Virgil. You get 69 experience. And Sven. 30, 16.
Now, do we edit that ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
You edit the number to give yourself experience. And Sven, you got 129 experience because of your Swiftbird coming in.
Got it.
Because you got a total of 60 extra experience plus the 69, giving you 129.
And it's strong as fuck.
That's just to rank 1 of it.
Yeah, you can get 3 ranks in it for a total of 45 XP per thing.
Whenever you gain experience. With that said, does anybody want to try to loot the bodies, or?
I feel like we need to, like, salvage them. Not salvage, that's not the word.
I'm assuming it's going to be like survival, or investigation or something like that. Yeah, but that's not my area. Somebody who might be good at that kind of shit.
Virgil, would you like to investigate the corpses?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a investigation check. So 1d20 plus 7.
While he's doing that, I just reload my gun.
Oh, good.
20.
Hell yeah, good roll.
Plus. What did you say it was?
Plus 7. That's your modifier.
So 22.
Investigation. Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then... So I added this to your items and equipment tab in the Wasteland campaign form. It's just a channel for me to put your equipment in, so it's like extra notes in case you don't catch it. It's always there.
Oh, where is that at? In the Discord?
Yep, in the Discord, in the forum, under Virgil items and equipment. You can add it to your character sheet, but it's always going to be there just for a log for me to see, so I don't have to open up your character sheet every time, and for you to see, in case you ever need to reference it. But what you got is you got 10 pieces of Rad Scorpion shell scrap. If you find a armor smith, you could upgrade your armor potentially. Or if you're skilled enough in a repair skill, you could craft your own armor. and upgrade it. You found 4 rad scorpion stingers. If you have a high enough medicine skill, you can make some antidotes. And you found 15 scorp meat. If cooked, you can turn it into rations.
And that's from searching all 4 bodies or just
Yes,
one?
you searched from all 4 bodies.
Okay. Alright, so I guess we're continuing on our way to the bunker then?
Yes. Next encounter.
Is this a gun that needs to be reloaded?
Your laser pistol?
Yes.
After 12 shots, you will have to reload it with a fusion cell.
Okay.
So, just a disclaimer for you, Virgil. The way that energy weapons work in this game is that fusion cells are the one cell. It's not like in every other Fallout game where they're individual ammo shells. So a laser pistol might be able to take 12 shots from a fusion cell, but a plasma pistol would only be able to do 8 shots without using the whole cell, right? Or a Gauss rifle uses 1 whole fusion cell per shot.
Right. It's different depending on the gun.
More akin to Fallout 1 and 2's interpretation, where they're batteries instead of individual pieces of ammo.
Right.
But
I still haven't played the first 2.
that's fine. So, as you're stumbling through the wasteland, you come across a deserted campsite, and upon doing so, you see that there are a few things around. There is a couple of bloodstains in the dirt. I'll highlight them for you. As well as a dead body.
Is it like a fresh dead body, or is it obviously decomposed?
That would require you to make me a medicine skill check.
I have 0 points in it, but fuck it.
Roll me that D100. See if you roll under that medicine.
I did not.
What'd you get?
I got a 68.
You gotta roll under that
I
one at 10.
I have a 36.
You know, being a little girl, you don't really know how good dead bodies are, fresh or not fresh. You haven't seen too much experience, in terms of decomposition. Anybody else want to give it a shot? One more check before you can't make it again.
Is there anything else in the campsite
Well,
besides the blood and body?
I think he's saying we're looking from back here at the moment.
Yeah. Roll me a perception. God damn, you are hitting all the high rolls today.
Damn.
+6, I think.
You notice that there are a few things. First up, there are 3 burnt corpses over to the other side of the camp, as well as beyond the burnt corpses. You see off in the distance the glint of a piece of metal. From over here, you see there's a glint of a piece of metal, almost looking like glass through a bush.
Okay. Sure, I'll inspect the bodies then.
Do you tell us any of this?
Oh, yeah. I can see a few more bodies on the other side of the one that we noticed first, and something shiny in the bushes way back there in the back.
Why don't we try to sneak our way around to whatever the shiny thing is, and then come back and investigate this? The trap.
That's a good idea. I'm pretty good at sneaking.
Roll me stealth.
Gonna be.
D100.
Oh, so
And
that's
you want
the
one from,
roll to hit.
you want one from all of us?
No, you won't do for sneak. You're not doing the roll to hit. You're just looking at the skill points, the grayed out number.
Oh, skill points 68.
Yes, you have to roll under 68. For example, sneak and hit would be, for example, say you find a stealth weapon, right? Say you get a silencer for your gun, you could potentially make a sneak attack. So instead of rolling,
That's what I want to build towards.
so instead of like rolling with, it's like you would take the your sneak attack would like go under your hit, different than like a gun, but it's only if you had a silencer. Anyways, so 68 you rolled under. You are currently stealthed.
Okay.
Nice.
I got a 20. I needed a 53.
Okay, so you were
I got a
stealthed as well.
68.
And what did you need to get?
At 36.
See, Lena, you try stealthing, but like, you've only seen stealth from like comic books in the vault, and you think stealthing, right, is you need to have like some kind of like black coat, like some kind of black trench coat, and dart between the darkness. So you're doing all like the like kitty spy shit as you're rolling around, ducking between cover of cacti, rolling around, jumping, and kicking up a shit ton of dust everywhere. It's really obvious where you are, but like you think you're having like the best stealth mission ever.
So we start making our way up and around to that area.
And as you make your way around to the area, Elena, real quick, as you get about there, and as you two are right about here,
Okay.
you see from beyond the bushes, a little bit of ways away, squatting down, is a. You were right. It is a tramp. It is a rifleman. As he takes a shot at Lena.
What do you want me to roll?
You're not gonna roll anything.
Oh, okay.
He hit you.
Ow.
Okay, where does he hit you? Ooh. So
I don't
luckily
like
for
that.
you, it's direct armor damage, meaning it's going to be directly damaging your vault suit instead of your body. Your vault suit takes 32 damage. As the bullet grazes you, whizzing past, tearing off a chunk of your vault suit. So you would go to your vault suit in your character sheet. Out of 100, lower it by minus 38. So it'd be 70, 60. It'd be 60 something out of 100 for its
Is that
condition
head or
rating.
chest?
This would
Condition
be
60.
chest.
62 of 100.
Whizzes past your chest, just kind of grazing your rib cage. Ka-pew! As he quickly reloads, and he's going to fire again. Hits. Where does he hit? Oof. He hits you. Go chart. How much health do you have, Jackie?
60.
60, you said?
60. 60, yes.
You're lucky. You took 45 damage.
Oh!
As he shot you straight in the leg as it rips through your calf. Boom! That ends
I
his
am
turn.
all fucked up.
So, Sven, seeing that you just saw a child get shot by a sniper rifle, what do you want to do? You want to shoot him? You want to take him out?
Yeah. So let's see. I am currently 30 feet away. I figured out that my number was wrong, so I need to be 20 feet away. So I'm going to spend 1 AP to move within 20 now. Okay. So I should be. Oh, I was in weird space. Okay. Okay. Now I'm snapped to a tile, so I'm now 20 feet away. Yeah, and I'm gonna start blasting. So let's see. That hits. It's a 63. I need a 97. That is a 4, which is his right arm. He's gonna take 12 points of damage.
Okay. As you fire into his right arm, you fire straight through the middle of his forearm as you hear a pow! He goes, "Ah, fuck! What the hell? Where did that come from? Goddamn little girl. She has ghosts, doesn't she? Commie ghosts. Goddamn fucking commie ghosts."
29 to hit. This will be his left leg. That'll be a 7.
So as you shoot him in the left leg, it just kind of passes through his thigh a little bit. As it just kind of nicks and grazes him, taking out a little bit of flesh. He's like, "Ugh!"
92. It hits. I need a 97. That got close. A 7. That is direct armor. 12 damage.
Okay. As you do this 12 damage, he has no armor, meaning it's just a direct hit to his health. As you shoot him straight through the chest, poof, you hear a pop as you explode his heart. He's dead now.
At that, I quickly run over and clear his weapon, as my military training would have taught me to do.
Okay.
And then I would tell Virgil to go check on Lena and see if she's okay.
Do either of you have first aid supplies?
She does.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have stim packs.
You can also do a first aid. You can do a first aid check on your character sheet if you want to, or a medicine skill check, or you can use medical supplies to, stop the bleeding and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We haven't done any of this part yet, so you have to walk me through here.
No problem. So,
Okay.
Lena has supplies.
Go ahead.
As you rush over to Lena, right? You see this kid. Lena, describe to me how your character is feeling after getting shot by a sniper rifle. Or not a sniper rifle, getting shot by a rifle. Lena?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, how your character's doing.
She is not great. She's in shock. Like, she just doesn't even know how to process what just happened to her. Like, I guess all the pain, maybe?
That like one moment you were having a cool wasteland adventure, and then quickly brought to reality.
Yeah, like I thought I was sneaky enough. Like, how did he see me?
You were being a super cool fucking secret agent.
Yeah.
This guy's running cheats.
So Virgil, as you run over, Lena, how do you want to roleplay this?
Um, I have some stem packs. Will that fix me?
So,
It should.
Virgil, as you look in the backpack, you were told to use the medical supplies. You see there are stim packs, but are you going to use the medical supplies or the stim packs?
Oh.
So,
You can use
I
both.
looked at the rules. You can do a int plus medicine that gets divided by 2, and if her HP is below your check, then you heal her for a quarter of that number.
If you look at your character sheet under first aid, under the command NPC category, it tells you the exact thing you need to roll under and how much you'll heal for.
Oh, that's awesome.
Command NPC?
So on your character sheet, you scroll down, you see the interactions. There's command person stuff, then there's first aid. So the chance is what the number you need to roll under, and then the amount is how much they're healed for.
Oh.
On the character sheet?
On the right hand side, Robbie.
Right beside skill points. Right hand side.
You might have to scroll over a
oh.
little bit. You may not have it open.
Yeah.
So
Scroll over.
you can do that, but a little bit of DM wisdom here. You have bandages, meaning that dressing a wound helps the healing process infinitely faster. A stim pack will get you going again, but it won't repair damaged tissue, torn ligaments, anything like that. It just gets you in like working order to like continue the fight.
Right. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the first aid.
So you have bandages. So as you take out one of the bandages, I'll delete one of the bandages from your inventory, Lena. You now have 4 bandages left. The bandage is wrapped around your leg and is stuffed with gauze. You have stopped the bleeding. Now that you've stopped the bleeding, the wound is now properly dressed for first aid. Because you properly dressed it, your chance has increased by +10.
Oh, nice.
So now, if you want to roll the first aid, you can do that, or you can do a medicine skill check. It's up to you, but you have to choose one of them.
Well, interactions has my chance at 31 for first aid.
And because you dress the wound, it gets a +10.
Okay,
and what's your medicine?
My medicine for skill points is 53.
Okay, so medicine would help dress the wound further, meaning like put it in a stilt. It wouldn't heal anything, but it would set the wound up further for healing to take place. But you get to choose one. Do you want to directly heal some HP, or do you want to make it so that it properly heals over a long course of time?
That's hard to say.
Choices, my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, she's pretty fucked up.
Let's go for HP in case there's another encounter.
Okay. So you got to roll under a 48. D100.
Nine.
Like a boss.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah.
You heal her for how much HP?
31 plus 10, you said?
No.
Is my first aid?
It's right next to it. How much you heal for?
Oh, 13.
So what you do is, using some limited doctor's knowledge, you patch up the wound the best that you can. And upon doing so with a slap on the back, you feel a little bit better as you're kind of given like a healing ointment, right? And a little bit of food. You're healed for 13 HP, Lena. Your wound is properly dressed. It will require, maintenance afterwards if you want to. Would you like to give her a healing salve or a stim pack? A salve is much slower than a stim pack, but you also have more of those.
Yeah, let's do that. The salve.
Okay. You take out the healing salve as you begin to suck on it, Lena. Upon doing so, because of the amount of combat rounds that were done through, that was 2. You'll go on the adventure. Next encounter, you'll be at about almost all the way through it. Roll me 10d4.
Me or Robbie?
You, Lena.
8.
10d4, you got 8.
Yes.
God, that's a low roll. So you're healed for 8 HP on top of the 13.
Wait, 10d4 and you got an 8? You can't get an 8.
No, I'm sorry. I'm dumb. I did 4d4.
Yeah, you can
I'm
only
sorry.
10d4, please.
Yeah, you need
All
to roll
right.
6. You need to roll 6 or d4. Yeah.
Alright, that's 11, so that's 19.
There we go.
Okay, you're healed for 19 HP. Your wound will take a couple days to fully recover.
Okay.
For the meantime, your movement's cut in half. So 1 AP only moves you 5 movement, and 2 AP only moves you about 15.
Okay.
That feels a lot better.
Oh, good.
It's still really sore though. I don't know how fast I'm gonna be able to move. I hope you're not in a hurry.
So now that she's taken care of, and while Sven is dealing with the sniper, I would like to go investigate the bodies.
Okay. So, let me grab the gun on the person real quick, Sven.
Yep.
So, you adding this to your inventory, Sven. You found a cowboy repeater. Has a range of 25 feet, 5d6 damage per shot, and has 6 shots.
Nice.
Okay.
As you go over to investigate the bodies, roll me investigation, Virgil.
That's a d20, right?
Yep.
12 plus 7. 19?
Good shit. So, the charred bodies have been burnt to a crisp, and they were done in a very crude way, where the skin on each of the bodies was dug into by a syringe and lifted up, where over the course you could see over many hours they were slowly drip fed full of kerosene and then lit on fire so that the fire would burn from the inside out. You find the blood stain of the person over here. He doesn't have anything on him. He's been completely, roughed up. He was beaten to death with a crowbar.
Oof. But the crowbar is not over there.
Oh, the crowbar is over there.
Oh, I'll pick that up then.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever burned these guys had a grudge. I'm just saying.
You found your first legendary item.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe.
Okay, write out the effect for you real quick. You found the prying emotions crowbar. So the prying emotions effect is that it deals at a base 44 damage. When you hit the target, you can eliminate limb targets from being ever rolled again, a max of 3 when you hit the target. So if you hit them, and say you get the left leg, you can choose to eliminate the left leg. So that then afterwards, if you hit the left leg again, you can redirect the hit to a target that you want. So say you hit on the first time the left leg. Second hit, you hit left leg again. I want to hit the torso instead and deal armor damage. Okay. You deal armor damage instead. If you naturally roll and you hit the head, you deal an instant crit.
Oh.
So you can't redirect to hit the head to get a crit, but if you naturally roll and get the head, you can get a crit.
Okay. So if I naturally hit the head, it's auto crit, and
Yep.
I can't make crits when I choose.
Yes, but you can
Okay.
choose to hit a limb, and that's important because you can gang up and cripple a limb and help your other teammates out, such as you cripple a limb, they shoot it, they get extra damage, or you blow the limb off.
Right.
Or you cripple
Cool.
their arm and they can't, hold their weapon or move or whatever.
Nice. Did you find anything on the guy in the bushes?
So I kind of like, search his body and search around him. I want to see, you know, if he's got any ammo or anything else worth taking.
Also, to give you an image of what the crowbar looks like, I'll put that in your items as well.
Oh shit. Fancy.
The crowbar has, you know, some nice duct tape around it, barbed wire, as well as it has a weird component slot that takes that, if properly looked at by a weaponsmith, could be reactivated. The component on it is a fusion cell slot, but it's currently jammed up by wire and duct tape and poor shitty soldering. But if you manage to open it up and get it replaced, you could electrify the weapon.
Nice.
You were saying, Sven? Sorry.
No, you're good. I want to like search around the guy as well and just make sure, you know, search on him and around him and see if he's got ammo, you know, anything else that might be useful for us.
Sadly, you can't find anything else on him.
Okay. Then yeah, I go over to Lena and then over to Virgil and yeah, bring her with me. Get over here to Virgil and yeah. He had a nice gun. I didn't find any extra bullets. We're running very low on bullets.
I found a shiny new crowbar. I'm gonna swing it, because I'm out of ammo.
I have 2 guns. If it comes down to it, I can't keep up very well. Y'all can just go out in front of me and, you know, use my gun.
Well, the issue's not guns. The issue's bullets.
Oh.
I guess we're traveling at her pace to the bunker then.
It is beginning to draw to nightfall. Would you all like to continue walking, or do you want to rest?
Resting is probably better for her wound.
Yeah, that's fine. We rest.
Okay. What is all your survival skill points? What's your survival skill point total, Virgil?
Skill points is 18.
Okay, what about you, Lena?
I'm looking for it. There it is. 38 to hit.
No, just the skill points, not to hit.
Oh, 34.
Okay, and what about you, Sven?
23.
Okay, you just barely passed the wilderness check. You can rest for the night, recovering your endurance attribute times 2 in HP.
Okay. Oh, was there XP for that guy?
There was. You all gained... So, Virgil and Lena, you gained 16 experience, and Sven, you gained 31. Into the night, as you set up your campfire, going to rest, the wound aching. Lena, as your wound begins to ache, the wind howls a little bit as the brush begins to fluster up a bit. you can hear the off-distance crashing waves of the sea echoing into the air, the saltiness kind of swaying in the wind a bit. Sand all around you, little dunes, picketed fences that are broken up, and little bits of water here and there marshed up onto the land. As you make your way to sleep for the camp for the night, taking watches, looking around, it appears that nothing is around you, that you're safe for the moment. As you sleep, you have your endurance attribute ×2 in the HP that you heal for. And after that, as you awaken, your campfire is out. It is daytime. Your leg is feeling a little bit better. It'll take about another 2 or 3 days to fully heal.
You said endurance +2?
Endurance ×2.
Okay, so 8. Probably have a slight limp now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, healing in this game is kind of hard. Wounds have a big impact. You can do another first aid check, though, if anybody wants to.
Yeah, let's do that.
And that's something I can assist on.
You would not be able to assist on a first aid check, since it is person-to-person basis. Pure medical knowledge.
Not a problem.
Or you could do a medicine check to help speed up the healing process.
If you want to do medicine, I can do the first aid.
I mean, I am not good at any of that stuff.
Well.
Well,
The
so
first aid's a D20, right?
No, it's a D100.
D100. 61?
Oh, you didn't make it.
Nope.
So you try to do first aid, but you've pretty much done all you can do for her. Your medical knowledge didn't really go much past it. You reapply the ointment, you readdress the wounds. Nothing much happens.
Alright.
So, you continue on your adventure. As you slowly approach, you find a small bunker. You find a bunker with the... let me get you an image real quick, if I can, real quick. Let me put this in the campaign chat. You find a bunker. It's well worn. It's surrounded by some blood chip stains and overall looking pretty bad. On the front door entrance, there is the symbol of a twin snake. 1 minute. You see this symbol plastered upon the door. Let me get it for you. Painted upon the door in a detailed shrine, there is a black smear of paint with an outlined white, not quite as detailed as this, of 2 dragons wrapping their heads around each other, with an alchemical symbol of the sun and moon to its left and right.
Alright.
Okay.
So I can slowly approaching the bunker. Looking for any signs of anybody.
It's a very old bunker. From your knowledge here, it is well worn, however, it is well visited. As you notice that the doors on it, they're well worn, right? But the handle on it, it does have a handle. The handle is open, it's unlocked. You can go inside if you wish. However, you do notice that it's pretty clean. It's pretty well maintained, as if it's used frequently, but not like an everyday use. Sort of like it's just well kept up.
Yeah, I mean, I say we go up to it and see if we can find any help. I'll approach.
Do you wish to enter this bunker?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm following them.
Okay. Time to change the maps. So, as you all enter the inside of the bunker, you hear the squeaky door unlock and then slam shut. Upon slamming shut, you hear a siren bell ring as it goes, as you then hear deadbolts slide into place.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
As 3 deadbolts slide into place from inside the wall, sealing the door shut.
Well, let's look around. This may be able to find a safe place for us to rest more, and maybe able to find more supplies. What all do we see in this room?
As you enter the first bit of the room, you can smell mildew in the air. The ground is made of pure gray concrete, as if it was built but never really made for... it was never meant for visuals, all function. No form needed. There's a giant whirling fan over here. As the giant whirling fan is spinning and spinning, it is constantly pumping air up from the ducts that are next to it. You assume it might be an oxidization / decontamination for the room, as well as all along the walls there are several vents with filters on them, and there's a water drain that is going beneath you here, as you can see the pipes going beneath, flooding constant dirty water through it, and then going back underground. You also see, as I will illuminate the unlocked doors for you in white, there is a door at the end of the room that you can see as well. You hear the squeaking as a rat crawls out from one of the air ducts and squiggles around. It's a rather fat rat.
I say let's make our way through this place and see what we can find. How big is that air duct?
The air duct that the mouse crawled out of is pretty small. Could fit only probably your hand.
Okay.
You smell the sterile smell of over-filtrated air that has been filtered 6 to 10 times over at once, as the pungent smell of cleaning liquids and bleach fill the room. As you enter into a linoleum hallway, once again not quite clean but well maintained, you find a hallway with several doors. Do you wish to enter the door on your left or keep going?
I'm gonna enter the door to the left.
Upon entering the door to the left, you see another mouse that is squeaking around. You also see that over here, there are several more filter systems going through. You can see there's a giant water tank on both sides of the room here, and a sluice gate that is in the middle, where you see some of the water that is being pumped up from underneath you, where you saw the dirty water before, around and into one of the tanks.
I don't know, man. This stuff doesn't mean anything to me. 'Cause
You then see
Virgil,
it pour into the sluice gate, where then another pipe brings it up and dumps it into what appears to be a filtration pipe, going through one of the many filters and around the room into a clean tank. Or what you would assume would be a clean tank.
Alright. I have a fairly high repair. I would like to investigate.
What are you investigating?
The function of these machines specifically.
Okay. Roll that investigation.
Is that a D100 or a D20?
General checks are
D20.
always D20s. Skill point checks are D100s.
Oh, okay, that's a 7. God.
7 plus what? 7?
yeah, I think your investigate's a 7, Robbie.
Yeah, my investigation's a 7.
So that's a 14. Still not a bad check. Your investigation tells you, from your repair skill as well as your knowledge of things, that this is a water filtration system. The odd thing, though, is that usually a water filtration system in a vault or a bunker like this is filtering out for particles, but you notice that the water in the filtered tank is extremely clear and has a slight tinge to it where there's almost aerated bubbles inside it, like something's been injected into it. Like it's
Sparkling
mixing
water.
like it's mixing different liquids together. And it's strange because normally the water might come out a little bit murky, right? Because it's being filtered. And
Yeah.
this is a very high filtrated system. It's going through at least 6 filters that you can see. But with all the filters back there of the air, you saw 16 filters for the air in the previous room. Now you're seeing 6 filters for the water. That's some oddly... That's odd for a bunker like this.
Did we stumble on someone's booze setup? There's a lot of
Do you think it's safe to drink?
I mean, it's filtered to hell and back, but it also looks like they're mixing something into it, so I can't be sure.
Alright, let's
I
keep looking
think
around.
maybe we need to, yeah, keep looking.
Is there any way to get water out of this tank?
You could. There is a faucet.
Okay. I don't want to do that right now. I was just trying to clarify.
Yep, there is a faucet
Okay.
next to it, next to the sluice gate.
Okay. Let's
You come across 2 more rooms, one to your left and one to your right.
I'm gonna keep clear
I
to
will
the
check
left.
this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Sven, as soon as you enter the room to your left, you see there are a bunch of almost trophy-like pedestals. With inside them, there is multiple large vat container jars. Inside of a neon blue liquid are strange aquatic creatures. Some looking like fish hybrids, other looking like weird mutated creatures, some having body parts of different animals, all looking like they're preserved in this neon liquid. And Virgil, when you enter your room, you have a similar thing. However, the ones you're looking at are human body parts that are specifically exhibiting animal-like qualities, where one hand is preserved having more claw-like tendencies and having little feathers protruding from it. Another is a forearm with the hand cut off, where it has scales on it, with a little bit of mismatched genetics, being like a couple fish scales and slits that look like weird amalgamized gills. You have another one, which is a few human eyeballs that have protrusions on them that look like it's almost mutating into fly eyes. You have another one where it's looking almost like the like middle torso of the guts, but the guts are weird in the sense that it looks like intestines. However, the intestines are, you can see on one of the inside of the intestines. It's not like a human intestines where it's just like a tube. The inside of it has little tiny claws and has little tiny barbs and wires and little tiny teeth on the inside of it, like it's an extra digestion, almost like a centipede would have.
Okay, so I'm announcing to them, my room has pickled people parts with animal features mixed in. It's really fucking weird.
Did you say pickled people parts?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Too late.
What have you, Sven? You gonna announce to the party what you saw?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of discuss what all I saw in there. All right, we got to keep looking and figure out how to get out of here, but I don't know what they're doing or how they're doing it, so I guess we'll stay away from the food and water until we can figure out what's going on.
There's some weird shit going on.
As you
Yeah.
go
Tell you that
down
much.
the hallway, you hear a small announcement. Bing bong bing. Hello, everybody. It is time for operations. Would everybody who is currently understaffed today please report to the main room for staff briefing from Dr. McGillicuddy. Thank you. Boom boom bum.
All right, let's try to find that place, I guess. See if we can find how to get out of this fucking place. See what this place is. If maybe they have something here that can help us. And
You come to a fork in the road. To the right of you is another door. And to the left of you is a hallway. You
okay.
can also
Any-
hear right around this area, there is a high rumbling and shaking in the walls like a fan that's about ready to fucking like die. It sounds like a bad carbureted engine. You know when the engine begin in like the old 4-gear pistons would like begin to rumble and shake and gallop. Sound kind of like dubstep.
Okay. Let's keep going and check into the left
As you
until we can't do that anymore.
go, your token was back there. As you go down the area, you find on the ground an iguana on a stick.
Food.
I pick it up and look at it.
It is a old roasted iguana on a stick. It doesn't appear to be too old.
I put it in my bag.
As you pick it up, the stick slides out from the middle of it with a bunch of pink goo all over it as it slops and splatters on the ground into a puddle of pink slop.
Oh, yep, nope. Gross.
All right, Doc. What the fuck's going on here?
It's a good question.
Alright, let's keep moving down this hallway. You got that crowbar of yours ready, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and we keep moving down the hallway.
As you keep moving down the hallway, Lena, you look at the slop. Did you want to investigate it, or did you just kind of like look at it like you?
I'm just like, ugh.
As you come towards the end of the other hallway, you see another room that is open to you, if you wish to go inside of it.
Yes.
You go inside of it to find that once again there are preserved body parts in here. However, these body parts are in a dark blue liquid. This time the dark blue liquid is constantly shifting, meaning that new liquid's being pumped in, and as it darkens, it's being pumped out. And you can actively see that the chopped off body parts are slowly growing flesh. Bit by bit, the tendons are repairing themselves.
Weird.
Yes, this place is strange.
Done looking at that.
And so, as you continue on into the next room, Virgil, you see once again there is another sluice gate that's open here. Water's being pumped through multiple filtration systems. However, the neon liquid that you saw before is, you see the blue liquid that was carbonated slightly or mixed with some other thing, as it then begins to mix with the other filtrations. As you actively see the filters are pumping more liquid into it, as it becomes this gelatinous, thick, neon blue liquid.
Gross.
You also see from the other one that the other tank becomes a neon green, thick liquid, similar to what Sven saw with the other body parts.
I think these tanks are what's pumping fluid into those rooms with the body parts. This room is like the other room with the big tanks and the filtration systems. It's just different colored liquid.
I'm not drinking or eating anything we find here.
That's probably a good
I'll do
idea.
it. Alright. Well, this isn't the main room. Let's keep moving.
As you go back to this area with the thundering metal fans that are in the wall, which way would you like to go? Left or right?
Left.
As you go left, you find a laser gate door that requires a key card.
Okay, guess we're coming back to this.
Yep.
And before you enter the main area, we are going to end session there.